this video, I'm going to share 2 areas you should verify to ensure your idea has potential for high growth and long-term profitability. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Adit. For the last 3.5 years, I've been a tech startup founder. I've also secured funding from 3 of the most selective accelerators in the world, and I've previously built a profitable dev tool company. I spent the last few months extracting information out of developer activity on GitHub. In my most recent iteration, I onboarded 24 companies, and despite verifying the value and customers' willingness to pay, I've decided to pivot out of it. So let's get into it. First, let me set some context. This applies mainly to B2B companies. I've already spent weeks validating the idea, and then I found a way to keep attracting new customers and onboarding them. And then when my pitch was clear is when I finally decided to build the product out. After onboarding 5 to 6 customers every week for 4 weeks, I started seeing areas where I know this will not scale further. So the first reason was low barrier to entry. In the last few weeks, I'm seeing a lot of AI agents which will automatically do sales discovery and development for you. Now, these are not very hard products to build, but these will be direct competitors to what I'm building, which means even if I build a good quality product, the sheer easiness to use LLMs and just build something out means a lot of companies will build it in-house, or I will end up having to compete with many such players and have to price my product very low. The second reason I decided not to pursue this idea further is that it doesn't scale as the company grows. My product works well when there are 1 or 2 people in the company doing growth or BD, but not when there are 10, 20, 30. They just need a higher number of leads at that point, which means I'll have to keep chasing early stage companies which might die in a year or so. And later stage companies don't really find my product valuable enough for the scale they are at. So the lifetime value of my customers is pretty small. With more discussions, I realized the area which doesn't have the 2 problems I mentioned before and still gives me the same advantage I had with all my other products is tracking developer impact and productivity within an enterprise. Now, the reason this works is, first, I charge per developer to a company. So as the number of developers increase in a company, I'm able to charge more and more from that company. So my lifetime value of a customer is already high and it keeps growing as the company grows. Second, it has a very high barrier to entry. You can't just plug LLMs and get it to work. You need to in-depth understand what makes a developer efficient, where they're wasting time, what does the management care about? And LLMs cannot tell this to you. There's a lot of integration needed. It's now beyond simple automations. You need to plug in a lot of systems. Now that I came up with this idea, my next step is essentially going back, doing rapid discovery, talking to a lot of people and seeing what's the simplest product I can build out. In the last 1 week, I have talked to 6 people and I have insights on what's the new thing to start. So that's what I'm going to work on next. Hey, by the way, if you like this video, I think you're going to love this one, where I talk about how do I do discovery to validate my startup idea. Also, a bonus tip. It's tough to stay sane while pivoting. I remember in my first company, we took a long time to decide how to pivot and how to tell it to my investors, how to tell it to my co-founder. But now I'm more comfortable pivoting. Usually the process involves you not getting burnt out. You're not taking a lot of pressure on yourself. Communicating to the people around you that, hey, this is what you're going through. As well as actively taking part in activities which make you feel good, but are not related to your startup. So for me, I went back and played soccer every Sunday, or I do volleyball on Wednesdays, or I grab lunch with a lot of my mentors and advisors and close friends, lunch or dinner with them. I also set up a monthly poker night in my house, and we just had the first one last Saturday, and it was fun cleaning out all my housemates and making $80 as profit. So all of this keeps you, okay, it's fine, there's a transition, recover, recuperate, get back your creativity, and then again dive headfirst into figuring out what you want to build.